I'll have memory loss at that point.
Good evening. Good, thanks.
Okay.
Oh, I left my stuff down there.
Call the meeting to order. We're going to stand and do a flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
This meeting is called to order, so I'm going to do a roll call.
Councilmember DePamphlis.
Here.
Councilmember Dill.
Here.
Councilmember Garrity.
Here.
Councilmember Johnston.
Here.
Councilmember McGuigan.
Here.
Councilmember Owen.
Here.
Council President Habercorn.
Here. Also present is Mayor Tapp, Administrator Frost, City Clerk Keith, City Solicitor Smith, and City Engineer Snyder. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. This agenda for this meeting is posted in City Hall and on the city's website, summerspointgov.org. Pursuant to City Code A 266-8P, and to afford everyone an opportunity to address the governing body, the public may speak only one time, not to exceed 3 minutes. Does anyone have any communications? Not hearing any. Let's move on to the mayor's report. Mr. Mayor?
Sure. Really, I just have one thing that I really want to report, which I'm really pleased about, is that tomorrow, 11 o'clock here at City Hall, in this room, we have a presentation on estate planning, taxes, nursing home laws, trust wills. God bless you.
Thank you.
And power of attorney. And it's going to be given by David Thierman and Gene Isley. They offered to come in here and hopefully educate us all on everything we need to know about the unforeseen future and how to protect our assets. So that's tomorrow, as long as everyone's not going to the parade. It's open for everybody, 11 o'clock. It should be good. Hopefully everyone can make it. Thank you.
Looking at Jason, the administrator's report. Nothing this evening. Solicitor's report, Mr. Smith.
I have a few things. I'll start off with the resolution. You have a resolution 63 of 2025, introduced by Councilmember Garrity, that provided with a draft relative to authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for the Beach Concert Series, and I was requested to draft it such that we're going to have two parallel beach concert series. We'll have the Friday nights that we've always had, starting on June 20, 2025 through September 5, 2025, and that's going to be with Tony Mark Cares. The second one is also going to start in June, and it'll be on two Friday nights, June 6, June 13, then we'll go to September 12 and September 19, any Sunday nights during July and August of 2025, and that is with the Summers Point Police Athletic. There were four RFPs submitted, and one was withdrawn, and the other one was from North Jersey, and it was my understanding that they really were not too keen on actually proceeding on it. So this was a thought to expand the concert series, as I understand it. So if anyone has any questions on that, we can discuss that and have it introduced. I have a couple cleanups. Ordinance number 3 of 2025, amending the construction code, which is going to be a second reading. We're going to need to have that amended, starting on page 5 through page 6. Included in that, or certain fees that belonged elsewhere in the code, and that would be the fees for rental schedule has to be moved, and we'll do that by ordinance also. Resales also, and we have flood items and sewer applications. They shouldn't have been in the ordinance, so going to need an application to amend that ordinance is introduced, and then vote on the amendment, and then the amendment is agreeable to everyone, you can vote on A or nay on the ordinance itself. And then the
Is that, excuse me, is that number 3? Ordinance 3? Okay, I don't have a copy of that.
Yeah, we'll have, that was the second reading.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll have to amend that when we get to that ordinance then.
Okay,
and vote,
thank you.
okay?
No, I got it. I know what you're, now I know what you're talking about. Thank you. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. You only get your ordinance packet once.
I know, that's enough.
And then ordinance 4 of 2025, I have to fire the person that typed this, because that would be me. There's a typographical error in the title. It's an ordinance repealing section 114 of 146H. This was discussed earlier. Discussed this on the first reading tonight, but it was felt that it was duplicative to have someone from the EDAC to appear anyway, also become a member. And I understand there was a question as to who it affects, but it's my understanding that Greg Apples will still vote as a member of the zoning. I don't want anyone to think I'm picking on Mr. Helvig. I like Mr. Helvig. But I drafted the ordinance, but I don't make these ordinances up. I'm just the scrivener. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Greg?
Yeah, I just have a quick update. I spoke with Arawak Paving, the contractor for the Ballard Drive project, and they also have the Ocean Avenue contract. They're anticipating starting work on Ballard Drive in early March, and then they'll move to Ocean Avenue, weather permitting. We'll see how long that takes, but we'll get started. Hopefully the weather will break for us.
Yeah, that'll be good, right? Nice to get started on that one. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it? Anybody have any committee reports?
Yeah, Council President.
Go ahead, Mr. Dill.
First of all, I'd just like to start off by recognizing the Public Works Department in this recent typical South Jersey snowstorm where it was difficult during the night, and they went out and they were plowing and doing a very nice job. And then, of course, it rained, and now the snow's virtually gone. But during the height of the snowstorm, they did a really good job. The second thing I have is next Wednesday, the Planning Board, there'll be 2 things coming up, and one of them will be the Salt House and Paddle Club appearance by Scarborough, and the second one will be DeFeo Plaza, located at 331 New Road, which is the old McNulty's property. And that'll be at on February 19th at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dill. Anybody else?
Mr. Havercorn, if I may.
Yes, Mr. McGuigan.
Thank you. I have a number of things to discuss. The Environmental Commission continues their efforts on developing the nature walk, or proposed nature walk off of DeFeo Lane. They're working through design issues and utilizing the $5,000 grant that was received from Sustainable Jersey, and continuing to investigate different funding opportunities for construction as the project moves along. We did have the Great Egg Harbor Watershed Authority or Commission, I'm not sure what it's called, was out there, and it has approved the project because that would sit right on the, right adjacent to the creek out there. So there's some opportunities for their collaboration and maybe perhaps some funding. The Affordable Housing and Development Subcommittee has met again this month with our council relative to affordable housing, and we're continuing those efforts that we started with the resolution that we passed, I think that was last meeting, with regards to our plan of attack to how to address round 4. And through those efforts, we'll also be addressing the shortcomings from rounds 2 and 3. So there'll be some more updates coming shortly on that, with some somewhat positive developments on that. Along the development, we've had discussions with the developer, proposed developer at 90 Broadway, and there's been some discussions with Fair Share Housing relative to the affordable housing requirements there, and those things are still being discussed. Our plan was to bring that developer in to do a public presentation, because he has revised those plans. But that's in flux right now, depending on how we come out with the affordable unit requirements there. The Buildings and Grounds Subcommittee met and also met with both the administrator as well as members of the Public Works, and we've developed a running list of things that need addressed throughout the various facilities we have. Some of those are bigger items that will need quotes or contractors, and we'll figure out how to address those. But there are other little items that Public Works is going to be able to handle, and through this list, which will keep it going, that'll allow us to stay on top of those smaller things as well as the bigger things. And to that end, if any council people, or even the public, have something that they notice that need attention, just send me an email. We're kind of finishing that off and polishing it up, and we're targeting introducing the budget at our next meeting, which is on February 27th, with an idea of that budget being adopted the second meeting in March. So if there's any questions, or I'll start circulating some information about the budget over the next week or two. If you have any questions or input, please don't hesitate to offer that. And that's the rest of it. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
McGuigan. Anybody else have any committee reports?
Charlie, I was going to talk about EDAC, but I'll save that for the next meeting. It's kind of a lengthy report, so it'll still be before EDAC meets again.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any committee reports?
Council President?
Yes, sir.
The Arts Commission's doing, staying the course, doing a great job with all our volunteers and new volunteers. And our president, although we lost, Dan Meyer this past year, picking up the pieces, it's going to be co-chair with Lois Gregory and Shannon Cottrell, Shannon Kirstel, that's how you pronounce it. But all good things.
Thank you. Any-
Just to mention, the historical was canceled because of the snowstorm, so we didn't have a meeting this month, so.
One thing that's not on a committee report, but as we continue to do our walking group on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, Monday right behind us on the bike path at 9 o'clock, Wednesdays over on Kern Field, on the track at 9 o'clock, and then on Fridays over at Kennedy Park at 9 o'clock. So anybody that's interested in that. We also have senior yoga going on, if you have any questions on that. Maureen Helbig's in the house tonight, she can help you with that too. So we have, trying to get some senior things going there. And we are looking at bus trips, 3 bus trips potentially this year. And we're waiting on some numbers, some quotes, and then the city administrator and myself will get on the phone with the provider and make sure we have everything squared away on that. But more to come on that too, so that's going on. Okay, I think that's all of the committee reports. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. This is the regular minutes for the January 23rd, 2025 meeting, as well as the executive session meetings of the 23rd of January. And it's approved, we're asking for a motion, approve as to content only. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Hearing no comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, the above aforementioned meeting minutes are approved. I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Tapp. What's next on the agenda is a proclamation, so Dennis, would you?
Proclamation number 5 is the appointing of a Veterans Advisory Board, and I'll just go in names. Tommy Innocente, Ronnie Bird, John L. Glasser, Morgan Slaughter, Phil Huber, William Bobon, Fred Fontana, and we got Howard Dill and Rick DePamphilis as our council members. Larry Lemieux, who was a member, now becomes an ex officio because he becomes the commander of the American Legion. And so that left a vacancy, and I filled it with William Bobon, or Bo, if anyone knows him. So, and that's all I got.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next on the agenda is the ordinances, and we're going to talk about ordinance number 3. Shelby?
Ordinance number 3 of 2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 100, Construction Codes, Uniform, Article 1, General Provisions, Section 100-3, Fees of the Code of the City of Summers Point.
Before opening for public comment, I do need a motion to amend as Mr. Smith had outlined.
I'll make that motion to amend.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
So
Not hearing-
excuse me, just for clarification, that meant you're just striking those rentals, schedule, resales, and flood items out?
They don't belong, because actually the title of the chapter is the UCC,
Does that include the sewer application fee?
Uniform Construction.
Does that include the sewer application fee?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Elsewhere.
Okay, any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. We're going to, I have to ask for a motion to open up for public comment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. This is open for ordinances only, ordinance number 3 only.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had another, I had a request, actually. When the solicitor was reading,
Okay, this is for ordinances only,
okay,
okay?
yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Do I hear anybody for ordinance number 3?
Motion to close the public portion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. It's, public session is closed. May I have a motion to vote on the amended ordinance number 3?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Ordinance number 3 is adopted. We're going to move on to ordinance number 4. Ordinance number 4 is a first reading, so there will not be any comments on ordinance number 4.
Ordinance number 4 of 2025, an ordinance repealing Section 114-146H5 of Article 22 of Chapter 114 of the Code of the City of Summers Point.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Ordinance number 4 is introduced. Moving on to resolutions. I ask for a motion to open for public comment on resolutions only.
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. We are open for public comment on resolutions only. Just a reminder, we do have that 3-minute rule in effect, so just want to post everybody on that. Thank you.
Patricia Pearson, 587 Marks Road. We could not hear one word of resolution number 1. Could you please have it said over again? Please, or somebody up there read it.
Hold on a second.
Thank you.
That's the one that's number 63. Do you mind reading that for us, please?
The resolution?
Yes, please.
We haven't read the resolutions.
We
I don't
haven't
think
gotten
that's
to
what
that
she
yet.
meant.
No, we haven't
That's
gotten to
true.
them
I
yet.
think she meant the ordinance.
Tom,
The
will
ordinance, you're talking about the ordinance.
No,
No.
the resolution. Nobody could hear when Mr. Smith was reading about the resolution.
Okay, okay.
I heard him.
Okay. Some of the folks in the audience could not hear Mr. Smith reading that.
I find that hard to believe, I
Okay.
really do.
All right.
I just, I'm
Talk into the microphone. Talk
Do you
into the
mind- Do you
microphone.
mind doing that again for
Not
us,
at all.
please? Thank you.
Councilman Garrity
Yes.
sent an email.
Yeah.
There was some discussion on the beach concert series. We all know all about the discussion. We all know about the RFPs. We had 4 responses immediately after the first immediately after the responses on February 4, one of the applicants pulled out. The other one decided that really wasn't their fit either. That left two. The city decided to try and expand the beach concert series. And that's what it has done by way of this resolution, should the two groups decide to proceed with a contract with the city. The first is Tony Marcares. Their concerts will run on Friday night, starting June 20, 2025, running through September 5, 2025. Second group's the Summers Point Police Athletic League. They're going to have 2 Fridays in June to have concerts, June 6, June 13. 2 Fridays in September, September 12, September 19, and also Sunday nights during the months of July and August. The contracts will be negotiated by Mr. Frost, myself, and the mayor. We're supposed to follow and adhere to the RFP that we sent out. Any questions?
Can I add something to it?
You may.
We're going to have to do an amendment on it because there's one conflicting date in there that I was just made aware of, and there was one sentence of what I sent over for Section 2 that was not put in it that I think is important for the second one. But we can talk about that when we get to the resolution.
Okay.
All right.
At this point, I just want to make sure everybody in the audience has heard what Mr. Smith had read earlier and then just repeated. If there's anybody that did not, please let us know. So now we're still open for comments on resolutions only.
Yeah, Charlie Falkenstein, 41 Great Bay Drive.
Excuse me, one second. Mrs. Pearson sat down and now we have somebody else up here.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering whether she was going to continue or not.
Are you done, Pat?
Are you done?
You're done? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I just have a couple questions regarding the beach concerts. Number one, I saw on Tony Mart's proposal, all right, that he listed all the board members. I did not see that on the Summers Point Police Athletic League proposal. And my question is, okay, are there any board members on the Summers Point PAL that are related to any elected officials in the city of Summers Point? That's my first question. My second question is, are there any elected officials on the Summers Point Police Athletic League?
There is one council person on the PAL, and I'm not aware of any other relatives of any council people that are on the PAL.
Okay. That being said, I would think that we have 2 council members that have sons or daughters, okay, on the police force. And I would think that they would recluse themselves, okay, from this vote.
I would have to ask for counsel on that.
I don't think that would be.
It's not, in other words, the Police Athletic League has no affiliation with the police department in Summers Point. Is that what I'm being told?
It's a compound question.
It's not a compound question. It's a very simple question.
I gave you my opinion.
Okay? I can disagree. All right? I still would like to,
You're going to talk over me, Charlie, don't do that.
no, don't start with me, Tom. Don't start with me. All right? I respectfully request that the 2 members of council recluse themselves from the vote.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have any other comments on resolutions?
I would like to speak. Do you want me to come over there and speak into the microphone?
If everybody can hear
I think it's got to be
It's gotta
recorded.
be recorded, so
Yeah.
we do need you to come over.
Walk the cord.
With the
Joe
mic,
there.
with the microphone.
Can you-
Take the cord
The
over.
cord might be able to go
Somebody-
to him.
Thank you, Greg.
There you go.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Obviously, with all of this regarding the fact that the beach concerts are going to be put out to a third party, it's all come into focus about what they are, what they're about. And I want to thank Nick Regine, of course, for stating and explaining what the legacy of Summers Point, our musical, historic, cultural legacy is about, his book, him coming forward and making these comments. You know, we are very, very proud that we were able to do what we have done with them as a part of the city. So now, because of what has happened with the request for bids of the RFP, we have taken it on as a third party. So we just want to just say that to us, the most important thing is the legacy. It is preserving this unique legacy that Nikki points out goes all the way back to the 30s, so almost 100 years. And, you know, the music and the culture, starting with the swing and what my father did, what Tony Mark did in 1944, buying Schick's Tavern, and then in the early 50s, turning it into an entertainment nightclub by going from just like a piano player to a combo, swing orchestra, and then right through the rock and roll era. So now we find ourselves in this situation where we really want to, because we still can, even though we're both 68 years old, we're still able to do what we do, and it's very, very important to us. But there is one person, and this should not be about any one person, but there is one person that needs to be singled out, and I think that everyone should draw their attention to this fact. Nancy Marotta has given this community thousands of hours of volunteer service, thousands of hours in the last 21 years. She should be honored, she should be praised, and she should be thanked for what she has done, because we never could have taken it to the level where we won national recognition as the best concert series in the country without all these hours of work that Nancy did. And we appreciated it 2 years ago when we were given that honor. And I just want to say that she has suffered a lot of pain emotionally. I have watched her, and it's painful for me to watch what she has gone through because of this being in jeopardy. All the work, the honor, what we do, the legacy that we defend, that we present. This has been a very, very trying thing for Nance, and I want everybody to know that. I think that's an important thing for everyone to know. We're ready to go. We're ready to go to work. We're ready to do whatever it takes to do in a positive way and honor the city, because this city is about its musical heritage and culture. It's also about a great place to live with the families and all of the great things that it offers, the amenities and all of that. But all of our existence in the last 100 years has been about both of these. And we're very proud that the Summers Point Beach Concert Committee will be able to continue, and we're very appreciative of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marotta, for your comments. Do we have anyone else that would like to speak on resolutions?
One other thing.
You're only allowed to speak once, I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't use my 3 minutes.
You're only allowed to speak once.
All right.
Thank you.
Name and address.
Just name, right?
Address.
Hi, good evening. My name's Jim Glenn, 223 Dawes Avenue. Summers Point resident, grew up in the area. I'm glad the beach concerts are preserved, and Carmen and Nancy are going to continue to do them. But I'm hearing something tonight that I'm just confused as a resident. And I think it's, the win here, I think, is there's going to be more entertainment for the people of Summers Point. I mean, you're going to have, concerts twice a week, okay? We're going to start a little bit early. I get that. I'm just confused about the Police Athletic League, and forgive me, and maybe somebody can educate me. They are a organization for primarily youth activities, am I correct? Okay. And when they have activities, they're fundraising activities, correct? So they're raising money. I'm not seeing the connection between the Police Athletic League, as we know its role, and a concert promoter. Can anyone share light on that? In other words, are you going to make money from the concerts to support, to go into the Police Athletic League? Or is the Police Athletic League going to be spending money on concerts? And just as a resident, I just want to be educated.
Mr. Smith will.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
This is the whole purpose of this, is to divest the city from any obligation other than the providing the police, shutting off the portion of Bay Avenue.
Okay.
Providing public works and venue, that's it. So in the past, the city was tied in financially. How when the North Cares brings in their money, how they want to spend it, it'll be up to them. Same thing with the Police Athletic League, they can raise money off of this if they get donations, and they can use that for their own entity.
Okay.
I don't,
I mean, do you understand my, my point?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just, the whole idea was to divest the city from financial obligations. This is something that's been about for a while, and so this is the procedure, the RFPs, and the whole concept was to expand the whole concert series and stuff. So, Police Athletic League is 501c3.
Right.
So
I get that.
there you have it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. May I get a motion to close?
Make the motion to close the public portion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Not hearing enough ayes or noes on that, I would like to do a roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
What's that on the close?
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
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 We're closed for public comments.
So, Mr. Havercorn,
Yes, sir.
I note that the Resolution 63 is the first one on the
Yes, it is.
docket here. If I could take a few moments before you call for it. Thank you. I am in fact the Vice President of the Police Athletic League of Summers Point. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the work that the Police Athletic League does. The purpose of the Police Athletic League is to foster relations between police officers and the children of this community. In doing that, we put on different events and activities for those children to participate in, and police officers show up at those events and help with them. And that, what the whole mission here is to make sure that we get children at young ages and they become comfortable being around police officers, so they don't, as they grow, they don't, we all see the news and how police officers have had a tough time over the last dozen years or however long it is. And the Police Athletic League is trying to intercede in that at a young age and develop that, particularly in a small community like this. It's very important. And in our mission, there are some other activities for older people or older kids, like we have fostered a men's soccer league that is primarily made up of the Hispanic community, and that gives us roads into the community, the Hispanic community, which we have difficult reaching, and we gain the trust of their fathers, and then we gain the trust of the children and intercede on their life. All that being said, I'm very proud of that. My intention tonight was to recuse myself because it would be a conflict. Now, the reason the POW put forth a RFP was we saw it as an opportunity, A, to get more awareness of the PAL, but we also saw it, if you had the opportunity to look at our response to the RFP and our budget, we did a detailed budget and a projection of revenues that we could raise, and it shows a profit, for lack of a better term. Profit's probably not the right word, but a fundraising benefit. And we had hoped to gain that and then continue our, like I had just laid out, our mission. Now, the way the resolution is now is not what we were hoping for. We were obviously hoping for the whole slice, and our analysis is based on that whole slice. So once this resolution was formulated, and I did have discussions with Mr. Garrity and did consider this and did talk to the rest of our board on the PAL, and at this point, the way it is now, we don't believe that we can make that work and move forward and generate anything for that. So the resolution's written, and you can correct me, Mr. Smith, is that there's an opportunity, or you could enter into a contract. It doesn't obligate the PAL to enter into that. And as I sit here today and having a said discussion with the rest of the board members, that I don't believe we'd be able to move forward with that arrangement.
That's correct. The thought process on this is the next step is for the mayor, administrator, and I to meet with representatives of both groups and discuss content of the contract. So
Well,
if either side decides that they can't fulfill the contractual requirements, either side could, either entity, I should say, could back out.
Sure.
It's not obligatory.
Okay. But as I say, I would recuse myself on the vote because while I could probably judge it fairly, I don't want an appearance of a conflict.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
McGuigan. All right. Madam Clerk?
Resolution number 63 of 2025, authorizing the mayor of the city of Summers Point to execute contracts for a beach concert series.
How long you been here?
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second.
Second.
Any comments?
Yeah, Council President, two things. Number one, the Marauders have done a wonderful job as far as the beach concerts are concerned. I fully support them moving forward if a contract can be agreed upon between the city and that organization. And as far as the conflict of interest is concerned, the only thing I've done as far as PAL is concerned is gave donations and attended some activities associated with that. But I do not have any conflict of interest, and I don't believe that either of my children sit on the board as far as they're only police officers here in town. So having said that, I just wanted to wish the Marauders and the PAL to either come to an agreement, and I certainly don't want to see the beach concerts cease to exist. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dill. Other comments, please?
Yes, Council President.
Go ahead.
I've made it clear from day one that I was not, I voted no for this whole process here, but I hope that if PAL is not going to move forward, as Mr. McGuigan has indicated, that they let Tony Mark Cares know right away, because I know they already have things scheduled that they were going to cancel. So I would hope that that would be,
They were going to do Sunday concerts? They were
no,
going to do Sunday
the
concerts?
Fridays.
Not Sunday concerts, but we do have a two-time Grammy that wants to do Friday the 13th of June.
Well, that's what my amendment was going to be if we got to that. Yeah, when I talked about
Okay.
that I had an amendment. And it jumped
The other
gun.
thing is, when we
Yeah.
spoke last year with the Marauders, one of the suggestions was to have a liaison from council or do or maybe a beach concert committee from council, so that we have good communication between both committees. And I would like to volunteer for that if that is something that we decide to do.
I'll take that
As
under
liaison.
advisement.
for, yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Yeah, one, Charlie.
We got
Go
one
ahead.
down there.
I would just tell you that I am very pleased that we're going to be able to keep the #1 beach concert in the United States going. And I would like to also thank Nancy Murata for all her work.
Thank you, Mr. DePamphlis. Mr. Garrity, did you have a comment?
Yeah, the comment is, there's a conflict with the 13th on there, but there's also a line that was left off of my proposal for the PAL. And it was dates and times to be determined, in case there was a conflict. So I'd like to make an amendment that we take out June 13th, and that we add in dates and times to be determined under Section 2 at the end of that. If we could do that, and if I could get a second, I'd appreciate that.
I'll second that.
I'll
Right.
second it, too.
How about I explain why
Yeah.
I removed it? Because we're going to negotiate the contract anyway.
Yeah,
It seems superfluous to me, but.
okay, if you want to leave it out, everybody understands
You
it.
can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
we have a motion to amend, correct?
Yeah, to take the June 13th date out.
Do we have a second to do that?
We did, I
Mr.
got
We
Mike.
did have a
Yes.
second.
I
Mike
second
did
it.
You
that.
seconded, I didn't
Yep,
catch
Mike did that.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
So, comments, please, on that?
I just have one question. The June 13th, is that for the Jazz Society?
Next week, wants to do the 6th, because he was going to do the one right before us, and we were intending to do the 13th. So that would be the Jazz Society.
I just want to make sure that,
That's why Kirk is saying, keep it loose so we can negotiate it and put it together,
so we might have to take out the 6th also then. So that way.
Well, why don't you sit down and do
Hold
that?
it, hold it, hold
Yeah.
it, hold it, one person
Just vote
talking.
on this, and the
Yeah.
contract will be negotiated.
Yeah.
You're going to have the opportunity, Mayor, to be part of this.
All right, finally.
That's
So-
why I put that
So,
phrase in
hold on
there.
a second. So
Yeah.
what is in front of us is an amendment to number 63 at this point, correct? That June 13th,
Be changed from PAL to Tony Marcares.
any other comments? If not, all in favor of the amended number 63?
Aye.
Aye.
Are any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, number 63 is approved as amended. We good? We're good. Okay, number 64, please.
Resolution number 64 of 2025.
Wait a minute, we didn't vote on 63.
We can vote on 63.
We only voted to amend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we did.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't let it happen again.
That's why I asked. Okay, now, we're going to vote on the amended number 63 ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No one opposed. Now, number 63 amended is approved. Now we can do number 63.
Can I say one last thing in this, on number 63? When I wrote this resolution, is because I saw nobody else jumping forward to do this. And I thought I would offer a solution in here that would make everybody happy. But the way it was written is that it's an opportunity to do concerts on those nights. So if the PAL decides, as Sean had said, they decide that it's not for them, there's not going to be any Sunday concerts or whatever. But if they want to get in the concert business, I'm willing to give them an opportunity to play on the beach. Yeah,
And I thank you, Mr. Garrity, for jumping forward
All
to
right.
put something forward that we can vote on. and
you don't have to thank me, I get paid to do this stuff.
have an opportunity. So let's, if we're done with number 63 as amended, let's please move on to number 64.
And all the rest.
64.
Resolution number 64 of 2025, authorizing to apply applications for fiscal year 2024 flood mitigation assistance program grants from the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
I have a motion.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 64 is approved. Number 65.
Resolution number 65 of 2025, appropriation reserve transfer.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 65 is approved. Number 66.
Resolution number 66 of 2025, LEAP implementation grant, highway speed feedback signs.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 66 is approved. Number 67.
Resolution number 67 of 2025, LEAP implementation grant, highway digital message boards.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 67 is approved. Number 68.
Resolution number 68 of 2025, appointment of a conflict alternate municipal prosecutor.
May I have a motion?
So
I'll make
moved.
that motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 68 is approved. Number 69.
Resolution number 69 of 2025, a resolution appointing a conflict alternate public defender for the city of Summers Point pursuant to NJSA 2B:24-3.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 69 is approved. Number 70, please.
Resolution number 70 of 2025, supporting Atlantic County's submission for a LEAP implementation grant.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Aye. Second.
Any comments? Not hearing
Said
any
he wasn't getting
comments?
enough ayes, so.
Right along.
Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, resolution number 70 is approved. Number 71.
Resolution number 71 of 2025, authorizing executive session, advice of counsel, and attorney-client privilege communication regarding the status of litigation involving the city entitled GMH Restaurant Holdings LLC, GMH Restaurant Enterprises, Gary M. Holloway versus City of Summers Point, having a docket number of ATL-C-66-24.
Now, we will go into executive session at the end of regular business. We will go in after a 5-minute recess. Don't believe we're going to be coming out with anything after the executive session to act upon, but you are willing, you are able to wait in the lobby until we would call you back. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, resolution number 71 is approved. Number 72.
Resolution number 72 of 2025, authorizing executive session, advice of counsel and attorney-client privilege communication regarding the status of contractual negotiations between the PBA and the City of Summers Point.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
Any comments?
Mr. Council President,
Yes, Mr. McGuigan.
I will be recusing myself from this resolution, voting on this resolution as well as that portion of the executive session, since I have a family member, as a member of that collective bargaining group or unit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. McGuigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Resolution number 72 is approved. Number 73.
Resolution number 73 of 2025, resolution acknowledging anticipation of a donation and affirming and ratifying execution and delivery of a financial donation agreement between Shore Memorial Hospital, doing business as Shore Medical Center, and its affiliates, and the City of Summers Point to be used by the city for the purposes specified.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any comments?
Yeah, comment. I would like to, first of all, thank Shore Medical Center for this donation. It definitely will help the taxpayers, and will be put to good use. And for the general public, this is above and beyond the bed tax that's required by the state of New Jersey. So the Shore Medical Center is stepping up and helping the taxpayers of this community, and I want you to send that back, that it's appreciated, I'm sure, by the council, but by me personally. Thank you.
I too would like to echo those sentiments. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the time that the mayor and I were able to spend with your team over there this week to get familiarized. It was very educational for me, but thank you very much.
Mr. Habercorn?
Yes, Mr. McGuire.
I also would like to jump in on that and thank the hospital. It's hard to imagine a better corporate citizen or corporate, a better entity that embraces this community. And again, thanks again.
Any other comments? Not hearing? Oh, go ahead, Mayor.
Well, of course I gotta say something.
Come on. Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
I don't get to say much here.
Go
It is a
ahead.
council meeting.
Go ahead. Yes,
But
that's
no,
Are you sure about that?
did you just spit on yourself? I want to thank Shore Medical. I want to thank David Hughes. I want to thank Bob Robertson. We had a great meeting last week, and funny coming out of there with a $100,000 check and giving it right to Shayna. She was all excited about that, our CFO over there. Shore Medical Center is such an asset to the town, and we have a lot of different things that draw people to this town, but as we get older, having a hospital in our backyard makes us feel that much more comfortable that, God forbid, something happens. They are the largest employer, 1,600 employees they have, which is incredible for a little 4-square-mile town with a little hospital that's there. But I want to thank you so much. I do appreciate that, and I see some great things coming up on the horizon, and I am so excited to be working with you guys. Thank you.
Any other comments? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Number 73 is approved. Number 74.
Resolution number 74 of 2025, removal of Thomas Bello and Richard Barely as members of the Economic Development Advisory Commission of the City of Summers Point.
Have a motion?
Make that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Charlie, part of my EDAC report was going to report on this. We may have to do some jockeying in the future if we get the NRTC grant. So one of the board members now would probably take the ex officio spot. And also, I had another Summers Point resident had actually approached me on doing work for the Historical Society volunteer stuff. I think would be a good fit for the other ex officio. I sent his resume over to you. Could you forward it to all the other council people? And then I'll get back to him, see if he's interested in being an ex officio board member there. I'll talk it over with the board at the end of the month, and, we'll move forward with that.
I'll be happy to share it.
All right, thank you.
Any other comments? If no comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Resolution number 74 is approved. Number 75, please.
Resolution number 75 of 2025, approving a separation agreement between the City of Summers Point and Douglas Shallcross.
So moved.
Have a second, please.
I'll second that.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Resolution number 75 is approved. Number 76, please.
Resolution number 76 of 2025, approving proposals, goods and services 2025.
Have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Not hearing any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed. Resolution number 76 is approved. Moving on to old business. Does anybody have any old business they would like to discuss at this point? Okay, not hearing any. I do have some new business when we move forward to that. It is in reference to a municipal review statement for proposed bus stop changes in the city of Summers Point. Those stops are along Route 9, which is obviously New Road. There's stops that are being offered on both sides, on the east and west. I would like to add this to the next meeting and put a resolution out there for us to act upon.
So that resolution would be to sign off on this?
Yeah, it would be to have the city clerk, city clerk to sign off on the,
That we approve this?
that we approve.
Has the city engineer had an opportunity to look at this?
I have not investigated that
Okay.
yet.
Go ahead, Mr.
Will you, or?
I will, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Prepare for next.
and I haven't looked at it, so I just, it's tough getting down Route 9 now if the bus is stopping 3 more times.
Mike?
That wasn't my, I'll tell you what my concern is the, I should have gotten copies of the photographs of the Groveland Avenue west side, which has the Groveland
Shopping center.
strip mall there. My concern as legal counsel is the fact that there's no sidewalk there. The concrete bumpers for the parking are very, very close to Route 9. And my concern was that their proposal, city clerk to sign says, I have looked at and agree to the following additional bus stops, and I would probably suggest that we change that to that we don't have any obligation, we don't have any input on the safety aspect of that. I'm not really sure that's the best location. We really want people standing, maybe what, 3.5 feet, if a car overhangs the bumper. I don't know.
It is tight.
Yeah, I just looking at that, it just seems that it should just be on the other side of where Walgreens used to be and where
And then
that
we-
shopping thing's coming.
And then we all know that that
Yeah,
intersection.
so who knows?
So I didn't like the language here that Shelby was obligating herself to make that decision. And I
Can-
thought that maybe we could modify that language when we get to it.
Can we get a list of where the closest, like, what's the justification for adding 3 more, and where the closest ones are?
Any questions? Call Joseph J. Morrow.
Could
I'll
could
contact
we could forward a copy of that?
We-
to the
I'll
council?
contact them.
I didn't get a copy.
The purpose of
You know,
bringing it up tonight was
It was
just to have
just
a
today,
discussion
Hal.
like we're having.
It was just sent
It's
today.
also to allow
It was
Mr.
just sent
Snyder to
today.
take a look
It
at
was
this,
sent today?
make
Yeah.
his comments, and then we could always put it on as a resolution going forward. But Mr. Snyder, I think you would be happy enough to call the person on here and have a conversation with,
Yeah, I'll discuss it with them.
okay?
Thank you.
I'm just bringing it up so that we could have a little bit of conversation, so that when it's on next time around, we know exactly who we're gonna go. Anybody else have any new business? If not, Mr. Frost, would you like to discuss the bills, please?
Sure. We have 4 record payments this evening. One being in the amount of $15,525, one in the amount of $7,470.09,
It's the whole pack.
one in the amount of $400, the final in the amount of $4,728.58. Finally, we have a bill list in the amount of $3,599,775.50.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Frost. I have a motion, open up for public comments.
Make that
So
motion.
moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No one opposed?
Patricia Pearson, excuse me, 587 Marks Road. I wanted to thank you for tonight, and also, I want something in the record that several years ago, on Sundays on the Summers Point Beach, there were some church groups that were given permission to play music, okay? Which all sounds good. However, a couple residents, and one in particular, said to me, Pat, I need your help. I said, for what? For music on the beach? He said, I like the Friday night concerts. They bring a lot of people. I put up with them. They're very lovely, and that's it. But Sundays, I like to watch the game. I like to have a nice dinner, And I don't want to hear ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And he said, I like a quiet, nice beach on a Sunday. So anyhow, that was what he said. So I think that if you're going to have Sunday concerts and you're going to take it on yourself, whatever they are, you ought to send a survey around that whole beach area, I mean, a whole block up and down the streets, and find out if the people are happy with that. Just don't go throwing on Sunday concerts if, anyhow, that's what I wanted to tell you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Have any more public?
Yeah, there was someone else who wanted to come
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dave Kraut, 21 Crestview Drive, otherwise known as Ground Zero. I'm here to basically make a request to City Council, to Mr. Mayor, to come to my property and properties on East Crestview Drive that border McNaughton's, and to see what actually we've had to deal with for the last 25 years, and compared to everything else that goes on. I know the hearing's next
Wednesday.
Wednesday, but I really want everybody, including the city engineer, to see exactly, nobody that's comes to the house can believe what I look at for 25 years. And invite everybody to please come out so you can see exactly what's going on there and what's proposed. And that's what I'm asking for. I mean, you come around for my vote, so I'm asking you to come in there. And while I'm at it, I might as well throw another thing. Regarding the master plan, when do you think might be time to undeclare Summers Point in need of redevelopment? 'Cause
It's
I
not.
feel like the residents have lost everything.
Sir,
It's not.
Business running everything.
a couple folks didn't hear what you said. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Did you say that you, in the master plan, you were wondering when Summers Point would be declared not in need of rehabilitation?
Yeah, I know we're looking at the master plan.
Okay? Yep.
I never knew the whole town was, in 2014, was declared in need of redevelopment. How much more do we need? So, I think we should undeclare that we need redevelopment. I mean,
Can
we
you clarify, there's a
developed
difference
enough.
between
as it is.
redevelopment and rehabilitation?
Gotcha, we understand.
We
And
understand.
why, on the sideline, I say, Ocean City, if you're listening, don't ever give up and declare a property in redevelopment, because look what's going to happen. And just on a lighter note, I made copies. This is my wife's artwork from 1997, when it's all started with McNaughton's. What was there, what they proposed to do, and what's been done. 25 years, they gave me 5 trees. And you're supposed to maintain that property. And you know why they gave me 5 trees on the berm? Because they wanted to get Taco Bell passed. And that's what they did in 25 years. I mean, I have a place in the code enforcement, and nothing's helped. I mean, they've done nothing, and but I know that's for next week. But what I'm asking is you to please come out and so you can actually see what's going on. And
So-
I just, for a little humor,
So for the record, I did walk back there myself and one of the residents, John Fry, or Frey,
Okay.
He actually emailed me all the concerns.
I don't have email.
No, he emailed to me all the concerns, and that's what I asked him to do, which I had then disseminated that to all the planning board members, you know, about the berm, about the trees, about the ivy, as well as our environmental commission has already made comments on that, and we understand all that. She is an artist.
She's quite handy, yes.
She is.
There's
So, but we have,
two
but
packs. Yes,
But I'll stop by and you and I can take a walk by.
okay.
Okay.
Because until you walk
Yeah.
where I'm at, down below, and then you walk on the other side, McNaughton's, and there's absolutely no privacy whatsoever.
No problem.
Interesting.
This is
Thank you
good.
very much for
We'll
your
take a-
comments. We'll take a look at it. I'll make the mayor come get me, and we'll go together. and
Okay.
look at it.
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay?
I'm there 24/7.
All right.
Got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
Dennis, let me know, too.
Any other comments from the public? If not, can I have a motion to close?
Motion to close the public portion.
May I have a second?
I'll motion to pay the bills.
Second.
I can get there.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were closing the meeting. Sorry.
All in favor of closing public session?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pay the bills.
Hang on a second.
No, you got a second. It's
Second.
already a motion.
We got everything done. Hold on. Now we're gonna go to pay the bills. So Mr. McQuiggan jumped ahead a little bit there. May I have a motion?
Motion to pay the bills.
May I have a second?
Second,
All in
for the third
favor?
time.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody's opposed? Okay, we'll pay the bills, Mr. Frost. Oh, gosh, this is something else. All right, any comments from the governing body?
I just got one on this drawing that we were just given.
Yes,
Big special note and ask him what Dust Bowl summer of '97 means. I was here when that happened,
Oh, yeah, you remember that?
and it
Yeah.
was not pretty.
okay.
It was not pretty at all. These residents really were displaced during the construction of that. So keep that in mind while you're out there looking at it. That's it.
Any other comments from the governing body? If not, we're going to go into executive session after a brief recess, and then we'll let everyone know when we're coming back. If you want to wait, you can, because I don't think we're going to act on anything. Thank you.